Whoa, that's a huge clock. That looks like it's definitely going to be a puzzle. So I'm assuming that the game does take place. I'm assuming this is Whoa. Derceto Manor.
Oh no, Jamie, what have you done?
Don't say his name. He can hear you. He's always listening.
You know, I really like the logo. The new logo looks pretty sick.
Last night I dreamt that my uncle hung himself in the attic. That we were too late. The house looked different, but it was still called Derceto.
Definitely a weird place.
Seeing David Harbour in this is pretty wild. Why. So he played
Let's not waste
Harper
any
in
time,
Stranger
Detective.
Things.
Yeah, you're right. Let's go get your uncle, Miss Hartwood.
And just to put things into perspective, I think you do play as two
transports you into the dark alleyways and into the night.
I mean, it's always trying to create a mystery, right? It's something that's more than just jump scares.
A bit of fighting, demanding puzzles, and a lot of atmosphere.
It maintained some of that weirdness of the old games, but it had like an updated slickness to it that I liked as well.
You haven't seen a little girl
Yeah,
by any
the art
chance,
style is
have
very
you?
different.
I don't think so.
You would have known if you did.
We start our story much like the original. Jeremy Hartwood is haunted by
Hey,
the
Dead
dark
Fire
man.
God, what's up, man?
He
Thanks
goes
for stopping
to
by, man.
a countryside hospital called Derceto in hope to find some help.
I need to get this letter to my niece. She would understand.
Jeremy sends a disturbing letter to Emily Hartwood, his niece, and it spooks her enough that she hires Detective Edward Carnby to find out what's going
So
on.
Edward Carnby was the guy from the OG games.
Pardon me, excuse
Pretty
me.
sure you play as
My
all
name
of
is
them.
Edward Carnby.
I've
private
never played the
investigator.
first three.
I hope you don't mind. We let ourselves inside.
But this is a remake.
I do mind.
We knew early on that we had a character-driven story,
Of the first
so we needed to find some really good actors to
Hey, Dodger,
make
what's
those
up,
characters
man?
come
Thanks
to
for
life.
stopping by.
I knew of past iterations of the game. I mean, the video game world is something that I'm very interested in general, the horror game genre specifically.
This is, okay, can I
has-
just say, this is like so weird that we're having David Harbour in a in a game. Like, that's so weird. And it's funny because when the game first released, like the first trailer that we ever got, it was really weird because we couldn't, they purposefully did not showcase like the main character, which is David Harbour, aka Edward Carnby. And as mentioned, this is the same character that you play in the other games. As mentioned, I didn't play the first three original games because they were like for like the PC. This was like the first game that this is a remake of, came out in 1992. So like way before I was born, like 2 years before I was born. So yeah, I never played it. I only played the New Nightmare, which I think released like in 2000 or 2001. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. It's been a while. But that one again was, I think that was like a reboot because Edward Carnby looked completely different. I don't think it was set in the 1920s. And then after, we also had Alone in the Dark Inferno, which was for PS3 and PS2. I played that one as well, and that one was like the same version as Edward Carnby from the New Nightmare. So as mentioned, these are games that really inspired Resident Evil. Like, without these games, we would not have Resident Evil. So it's really interesting that we're getting another remake. And it's funny how, you know, you're seeing a lot of influences from like Resident Evil 2 remake. The fact that you could play as two characters too, that's gonna be so cool. But yeah, it was quite a shock to me that Edward Carnby is being played by David Harbour. Like, what? Like, dude, it's crazy. Also, the other thing I also wanted to mention was I didn't know David Harbour was a fan of horror games. Like, has he played Resident Evil and like other games? Because that's wild. You know what I mean? I mean, as mentioned, we all know him from Stranger Things, playing the sheriff, Sheriff Hopper. So really cool.
A really strong presence as an actor, and he's able to make the funny moments really funny, but also the dramatic parts really intense.
Why the hell do I wake up hearing that damn voice? I know what it sounds like, but it's not what you think.
He's kind of a gruff detective, and he's like searching for something, and You know, he's hard-boiled, but he's got some humor to him and stuff like that. He's a bit of a trope or a type, and I like that. And I like the world and sort of how he's exploring this insanity amidst all this horror and stuff. I liked all those aspects.
Let me know if you find her. I'll be around.
Emily Hartwood has a closer connection to the plot, as she's Jeremy's niece, and therefore also suffers this strange affliction known as the Hartwood curse.
I love the mystery of the game. I love the picture of her. Like, there was so much about it that I was curious of. There's a lot of fear within her and a lot of speculation and curiosity and
what happened to this lady's voice? Did she just wake up?
Dread, intrigue. Like, there's a lot about her that is kind of on edge. 10 years now. More even since he died. He died a hero.
Jodie's a fantastic actress.
So wait a second. I just want to pause there. That's interesting. Are they going to have like a monologue section? Is that like in between levels or whatever? Are we going to have like the character kind of just like in a dark area, kind of like in the character's mind just speaking? Because that's a really cool concept. Yeah, I can't think of another game that's done that. Let me know in the comments if you guys can think of a game that's done that. Cool, Jodie Comer. I've seen her in a few things. Yeah. I was thinking about it, but not a lot of movies. What is she known for? There was something recent that she was a part of it. I haven't watched that show or movie. I don't know what it was. Jodie Comer. What was it? There's something about it. Free Guy. Yeah, she showed up in Free Guy. That's what it was. Yeah, I watched part of Free Guy. I didn't watch all of it, but yeah, that's what it was. And yeah, she's been in other stuff, but yeah, that's the thing I know her from is Free Guy. So that's interesting. All right, guys, let's continue. But yeah, really cool that, you know, that's that inner monologue that they're going to be having. And to be honest, like the way that I'm looking at the game right now, it's interesting that it's kind of like a cartoony, but kind of realistic. Like the art style is very interesting. I'm pretty sure this is made by Unreal Engine, and I'm really hyped to see how the demo is. Again, we're going to be playing that right after this. But yeah, really, really interesting. The other thing that also surprised me is that this game, you can actually go to the PlayStation, Steam, or whatever, Xbox, and you can actually see that the game's only $50. Like, I'm in Canada, so I'm assuming in America it's like $40. And so far, I mean, like, the cinematics is pretty good. I don't know how the gameplay looks, but let's continue. Dr. Foster killing Eve, some other... Yeah, that's what I just saw. Catherine has a narrator in between chapters. I see. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, it seems like it's going to be like very detective because, I mean, that's for those of you that haven't played Alone in the Dark. Alone in the Dark is like you do play as a private investigator if I'm not mistaken, but I think in this one he's a detective. Maybe not. Maybe he is just a PI. But as mentioned, the only Alone in the Dark that I played was Alone in the Dark: The New Nightmare. I never played the original trilogy that came out before. Only Alone in the Dark game I played was, yeah, exactly, A New Nightmare, but never finished. I know, it was so hard. I think we talked about that last time. It's so hard. Like, as a kid, I was like, dude, the puzzles are so... I want to beat that. I want to beat it on the channel. But anyways, let's continue.
There's a lot of nuance to Emily as a character, and it really makes us sympathize with her.
Who's in here? Show yourself. Yes, there is the kind of scary element, but then she still has to go on a journey and discover different things, and there should still be room to breathe and have a funny moment or a sarcastic moment or a moment of discovery. So it's just trying to really kind of keep all those other beats alive amongst the kind of darkness of it all, I guess, is how I felt anyway.
Yeah, because I don't think The New Nightmare was set in the 1920s.
So we're bringing back both Emily and Edward as the playable characters. And depending on who you play, you will get a different take on the same story. The people at your set will
we're gonna play the demo right after
to you, depending on who you play. Even the story will be slightly different.
What are you doing sneaking around?
So you should definitely make sure to play the game twice.
What are you doing?
Yeah, that's very Resident Evil inspired. But as mentioned, this game inspired Resident Evil.
The way that we reimagined the game was basically looking at the original. And it feels like we've been cultivating a seed that was planted 30 years ago, and it has now grown into something even more dark, even more sinister.
I remember that with the first Alone in the Dark I made in 1992, we were basically doing something that nobody had done before. It was the first time that we could explore
that's the original. I never played this one.
Fight monsters and solve difficult puzzles all in real-time 3D.
As mentioned, this inspired Resident Evil.
At the core is a haunted mansion. That's the most important part. It's Derceto, I would say. Feeling that you're trapped inside kind of small space.
Yeah. I used to say back in the old days that it was another character.
Yeah, for sure.
With all the remakes going on today, you are never sure what you get at the end. I think that Michael and the team at PCs did a great job preserving the core feeling of the game. They even went further than everything I could expect 30 years ago.
It's really an honor to sort of be a part of the franchise in that sense, because it is such a, again, it can't be overstated. It's so special. It was such a new experience. As a fan of the original, I wanted to bring as much as I could into our version. And they might have a slightly different meaning and different reasons to be there, but if you know the old games, you will find a ton of references.
That's so cool. Like I said, I never played the trilogy. So,
I remember you, Mr. Conby.
Yeah.
I feel the franchise is in good hands now, and I can't wait to play the full game.
That's so cool that they got the creator, you know what I mean? Like the OG creator. That's sick. That's so dope. So that just means that, you know, they are working
to give you a taste of what the full game will be. We also created a prologue, and it features a character from the game called Grace Saunders, who is a little girl, and you play as her walking around. Our combat is intense and tough, and you will need to use every bullet you can find. And if you run out of bullets,
I'm out of bullets.
You might need to get in close and hit them with a melee weapon. Or if you're lucky, you can find something to throw.
Well,
as mentioned before, your job is to find out what happened to Jeremy Hartwood. And to do that, you will need to visit some unexpected places. And to get to those places, you will need to find clues and solve some interesting puzzles. Depending how much you feel like a detective yourself, you can choose how much you want the game to help you find clues and where to go next.
It's hard. Hey,
So
Ruby
the biggest
Williams, thank you so much
creative
for stopping
focus
by.
for me has for a long time been
checking the game out.
To reach something beyond the mundane, something spiritual. Mike, the director, and I, we spent a lot of time trying to figure out what direction, musical direction, we wanted to take with this project. And when we finally decided to go for this kind of dark or doom jazz direction, our minds went directly to Jason, who is a master in this genre.
It's a very visual genre of music. The fact that it's inspired from noir films or noir detectives is already a good explanation of why this music fits very well for Alone in the Dark. There's a huge mountain and volcano of to this explosion of hair rising horror and big chaos.
As the players drawn deeper into the game world, they will face off with the sinister presence known as the Dark Man.
The Dark Man isn't real, Jeremy.
We good?
There's nothing you can do to hurt you.
How do you think any of this is happening? How do you still not trust my words?
Fine. Then let me help.
Don't be foolish. He will bury you next to me in his sunken temple for an eternity.
Real or not, something is definitely corrupting the mind of Jeremy Hartwood. Something very, very dangerous.
Dude, I'm so hyped for this. Like, I'm pretty hyped. Like, not gonna lie, I'm pretty hyped for this. So far, what they've shown us is pretty dope. Like, I honestly want to play it. I kind of want to get my hands on it to see if it looks janky, like if the controls are good. That's what we're going to do right now, guys. We're going to be actually playing the demo. Let me just turn on my PlayStation 5. As mentioned, this is a prologue to Alone in the Dark, so to the actual game. So I'm curious as to how much we're going to get. Like, it is one of those types of demos where it is like a prologue to the actual story. It's not just a random part of this, like in the section of the game. So yeah, it's interesting. Interesting. Because I mean, if it's a good game and it's like $40, I think American, it's $50 Canadian. Then this is gonna be a steal. But I don't know. We'll see. October will be a good month for survival horror. Yeah, we're getting Alan Wake 2 as well. Like, it's crazy. Seems a little choppy. I'm gonna start it over. Wait a second. As soon as we pause. Okay, so this girl's just chilling here. How does that look? Yeah, much better. Okay, much better. Right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Sorry, what did you say about the full game question? I missed what you said. Oh, the full game question? Oh, I don't know what I was saying. I don't know. What was I saying? I don't know. Let's see. Okay. Let's see what's up. Okay, this is... Okay, can I just say, this is a creepy room. What is this girl playing with? These dolls are just like, yeah. Okay, what kind of burnt-looking... big-headed doll is that, guys? Like, that is not normal. It's missing an eye. Yeah, these babies look weird. Oh, I see you can push stuff. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so far, I mean, it's handling pretty well. What's over here?
I can't wait to paint this. Gonna give it a big mustache.
All right. I like how you can just push objects. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, what's this? Okay. So as mentioned, this is set in the 1920s. So as mentioned, I don't think the new Nightmare for Alone in the Dark was set during that time. I don't remember it being in the 1920s. It looked like it was just more modern. I think that was a reboot. But correct me if I'm wrong if there's any Alone in the Dark fans that know this.
Oh goodness, you scared me.
What are you up to, Jeremy?
I have to tell someone what is going on here. I have to try. You're not one of them, are you? Please tell me, Grace. You're not a spy, are you?
Who's spy?
Them. The others. All of them.
What?
No.
What is happening? Who is Jeremy?
I'm too innocent.
I need to get this letter to my niece. She would understand.
Just give it to the clerk, Mr. Waits, and he'll post it.
No. He could be in on it. What if he won't post my letter?
Then don't make it look like it's one of yours. Here, let me do it.
What's happening? I have no idea, dude. My question, are you playing the full game on the channel when it drops? I missed your answer before. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we answered that. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be playing it when it releases. Yeah, because as mentioned, this game is a remake of the game that inspired Resident Evil.
Fan Street, New Orleans. Yeah. You don't have the number? Not sure the postman's going to find it without...
And look, there's a typewriter there, too. I mean, this is set in the 1920s, but yeah.
I'll just post it myself, then.
Yo, where did he go, man? This house is weird.
I'll just take this letter downstairs to the clerk's office myself.
Stair hall key, okay. Alright. I have no idea what's happening, guys.
Cassandra, I'm touching your typewriter.
So, she lives here, obviously, because that was her room. But who's Jeremy? Is he like the servant or something? Or is he... I'm a little confused. I have no idea who Jeremy is. Okay, so painting of people bathing in the river. picture of a lady. It's very orange, I notice. Like even right outside, it looks like what? It's like golden hour right now. Okay, nice. Yeah, yeah. As mentioned, yeah, this is such a it's such an inspiration to Resident Evil that, you know, I think I'll definitely play it on the channel. Huh? Like it makes sense, you know what I mean? Like we're not straying off. Ew. Okay. It's just cockroaches, dude.
I already washed my hands today. Cassandra should be more careful with her medicine.
Okay, so Cassandra lives here, and I don't know who Jeremy is. Is Jeremy like Cassandra's boyfriend or something? I like how the doors just they make so much noise. Wait, so did this guy have a key too? Like where did this guy go? Like there's only 2 rooms here in this hall. Like there's my room? So how did he must have had a spare? Yeah, this is my room. Okay, that's strange. Okay.
They're so creepy.
Wait, what happened to the... Oh, that was weird. The girl's face looks a little different. Okay. Wow, that's a huge clock. That looks like it's definitely going to be a puzzle. So I'm assuming that the game does take place. I'm assuming this is Whoa. Derceto Manor.
Oh no, Jeremy, what have you done?
Wait, what the... Wait, what? Bro. Did we, like, travel? There used to be a door here. Yeah, it's all covered in vines. Whoa, what is this? Is this like some supernatural stuff? Are we in the spirit world? Like, what is this, bro? Like, dang, okay, that's weird. That's really interesting. And for those of you that don't know, also, this is set in New Orleans. So, before I go down, I want to check upstairs. Is there a sprint button? No. No, there isn't. Okay, we need a key. Okay. This is interesting. This is really cool. I love the art style of this game. Like it doesn't look too realistic, and it just looks nice. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like cartoony but realistic. I don't know what kind of style that is, but it's its own style is what I mean. It's not just like, you know. What was that? Am I gonna die if I go there? Why is there a swamp here? Yeah, I can't go here. I can't. It's not letting me. Wow. Okay. This is really intriguing. As mentioned, I never played this one. I did play the New Nightmare, and I'm pretty sure the New Nightmare did have some elements of like supernatural stuff. And why is it normal for this girl to... She's like, yeah. Oh, Jeremy, what did you do? So what is Jeremy working on an experiment that brings us to like the upside down? Is that why Hopper's here? That's why we need to get Hopper, aka Edward Carnby. Is that why Hopper's in this game? I don't know. This is interesting. Not gonna lie. I'm really intrigued. Huh, very odd physics. It seems outdated. Not sure about the door opening. How you press A and wait for it to open instead of just going through. Yeah. I don't know. It's. I mean, it's made by the company THQ Nordic, and it's not a... Oh, what is that? Maybe that's the reason why it's not whatchamacallit, it's not like a $60 game or $70 game like USD, and it's a lot cheaper. But I mean, so far, I mean, this is pretty good. Like, I'm still gonna buy it. You know what I mean? Like, if anything, it seems like it's a W, like the price range.
Oh, a little night music.
And I was a little like afraid. I was not afraid, but I was a little concerned about it maybe looking a little janky. But so far, the controls feel really nice. Like there's no issues with the controls, so yeah.
I suppose this mess pales in comparison to the foyer.
So we just went back. Look. Okay, so as we opened this door, we went back to like the normal world. Because look, outside it's like that same golden hour kind of time of day, but over there it was like nighttime, and there was like a the moon was like there was like an eclipse or something. That's kind of interesting. Yeah. So this girl can like go back to like the real world or whatever. Okay, we need a key. Yeah, okay. Now, I played Alone in the Dark as a kid, and the puzzles are really hard. So I'm curious to see if the puzzles are still going to be as hard in the remake, because nowadays puzzles aren't like puzzles in games aren't really hard. But oh, what's this? Is this like an office, or we know that this is a huge manor, like a huge mansion. That's it? That's it? We know that the girl doesn't die. Like, if this is a prelude to the actual story, we did see her in the trailer. Like, we saw her talking to Edward Carnby, Miss Emily Hartward, Dauphine Street.
Last night I dreamt that my uncle hung himself in the attic. That we were too late. The house looked different, but it was still called Derceto.
She does a really good American accent.
Definitely a weird place. Feels like I've been here before. I just can't think why.
I like that. I like how they talk.
Let's
you know,
not waste any time, detective.
Like a detective.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're both together. Okay.
Let's
so
go get your
separated.
uncle, Miss Hartwood.
Are we gonna play this section? Are we gonna? Come on. No, come on. Seriously? They didn't even let us play this section.
Bruh.
I was actually really excited to actually play as the characters, but no. That was a really short demo, guys. Bruh. I don't know. Hey, I want to see more gameplay, but it's looking a lot like Resident Evil 2, like the same kind of over the shoulder third person kind of a look. So it seems, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It seems like it's going to be good. I just played it right now and it feels really nice. So for $40 or $50 Canadian, this is not bad. This is not bad. Like what I tried so far. I don't know about the game, but literally there's a sale right now for PlayStation Plus users. It's literally $53 or $54, and the game's only going to be $60. Like that's pretty good. I don't know. I'm still gonna get it. Okay, so it's coming out on October 25th. October 25th. That's the exact day. Yeah. So Alone in the Dark now, and receive the Derceto 1992 costume pack. Nice. Psychological horror meets Southern Gothic in this reimagining of the classic survival horror game Alone in the Dark. So it is a reimagination. This love letter to the groundbreaking original lets you experience a haunting story through the eyes of one of two protagonists. Play as either Edward Carnby or Emily Hartwood and explore your environments, fight monsters, solve puzzles, and uncover the uneasy truth of Derceto Manor. A home for the mentally ill where something is lurking. Oh, so wait a second. So, wait. It kind of just switched on me. Explore your environments, fight monsters, solve puzzles, and cover the uneasy truth of Derceto Manor. Deep in the 1920s South, Emily Hartwood's uncle has gone missing, together with private investigator Edward Carnby. Yeah, so he is a private investigator. So that's what I was saying, guys. As mentioned, in the New Nightmare and as well as Inferno, Edward Carnby was a private eye, which is really cool. But of course, I don't think Alone in the Dark Inferno was not set in the 1920s, nor was New Nightmare. Yeah, I can definitely say that those games were not, like, those games were set in modern times. But yeah, but the OG ones were set in the 1920s, so that's what this is a remake of. So that's what they're remaking here. A home for the mentally ill where something is lurking. So that's interesting that Derceto Manor is a home for the mentally ill. So was Jeremy like a crazy guy? And was also that girl too? Was Grace somebody that was just crazy? Interesting. You'll encounter strange residents, nightmarish realms, dangerous monsters, and ultimately uncover the plot of Rising Evil. At the intersection of reality, mystery, insanity, and adventure waits that will challenge your core beliefs. Who can you trust? What will you believe? And what will you do next? Explore the Darceto Manor in this reimagination of Alone in the Dark, a love letter to the 90s cult classic horror game. Return to the roots of psychological horror and experience an atmospheric journey worthy of the game that started the genre. Dive into a world full of sounds that make your skin crawl with the haunting yet mesmerizing doom jazz soundtrack. Yeah, I really like the jazz, by the way. I mean, it's 1920s. That's the kind of time. So, I mean, it's in New Orleans, too. So, enjoy the thrill of desperate survival in a world where reality starts to crumble. Yeah, that was really cool. How everything just switched. Evil lurks in every shadow and ammunition is scarce. Experience this nightmare from either Emily Hartwood's or Edward Carnby's perspective. And okay, we're definitely playing as Edward Carnby first, man. I mean, like, we're playing as Hopper, definitely. And unearth the dark secrets of the Gothic mansion. Dude, so hype, so hype. So yeah, that's really interesting. We got more information. We got confirmation that Edward is a private eye, and as well as that the manor is home to like a mentally ill. It was like a mentally ill clinic. So that's interesting.